गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदा नंदन भज जन रंजना यशोदा नंदन व्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यशोदा नंदन व्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे जय राधा रास बिहारी राधे जय गौरांगी बेंगलोरीश्वर गौरांगी जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन जय लक्ष्मीनारायण श्रीमद्देवानंद देव प्रहलाद नरसिम्हा जय अनंत देव जय निताय चैतन्य जय निताय चैतन्य निताय चैतन्य जय निताय चैतन्य जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरि नाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाचार्य स्तोत्र शत। His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravindra Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya, BBD founder Acharya, Savior of the whole universe, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Stotra Shata. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ षट गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। श्री क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, कावेरी माई की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। निताय 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 गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories and glories and glories and glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga Shri Prabhupada ki jai. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतं सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्गायतें गिरिं यत्कृपातहं वन्दे श्री गुरुदिनतारिणं परमानंदं माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरि ओम तत्सत। Hare Krishna. So we'll continue our conversation, our reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 17. And today's verse for discussion is going to be 27th verse. Okay, there we are. So the fourth canto is titled as The Creation of the Fourth Order. Chapter 17 is titled Maharaj Prithu Becomes Angry at Earth. And we're reading the 27th verse. Tvam stabdhadam dhurmadam nitva mayagam tilashasarir mayagam tilashasarir atmayoga balena ma drashyasyam aham praja. Tvam stabdham dhurmadam nitvam mayagam tilashasarir आत्मयोगेन आत्मयोगबलेने मा धरास्यस्य अहं प्रजम् त्वं शब्दं दुर्मदं नीत्वा मायागं तिलसा शरीर आत्मयोगबलेने मा धारस्यासि प्रजम्. Word to word translation. Tvam, you. Stam, Stabdam, Stabdam, much more puffed up. Durmadam, mad. Nitva, bringing into such condition. Mayagam, false cow. Tilasha, into small particle like grains. Sharira, Sarai, by my arrows. Atma, personal. yoga balena, by mystic power, ima, all these, dharasya yami, shall uphold, aham, I, praja, all the citizen or all the living entities. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: You are very much puffed up with the pride and have become almost insane. Presently, you have assumed the form of a cow by your mystic power. Nonetheless, I shall cut you into small pieces like grain, and I will uphold the entire population by my personal mystic powers. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The earth informed King Prithu that if he destroyed her, he and his subjects would all fall down into the waters of Garbha ocean. King Prithu now replies that to that point, although the earth assumed the shape of a cow by her mystic power in order to be saved from being killed by the king was aware of this fact and would not hesitate to cut her into pieces just like small bits of grains. As far as the destruction of the citizens is concerned, Maharaj Prithu maintained that he would uphold everyone by his own mystic powers. He did not need the help of the earthly planet. Being the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, Prithu Maharaj possessed the power of Sankarshana, which is explained by the scientists as the power of gravitation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is holding millions of planets in the space without any support. Similarly, Prithu Maharaj would not have had any difficulty supporting all his citizens and himself in the space without the help of planet Earth. The Lord is known as Yogeshwara, master of all mystic powers. Consequently, the planet Earth was informed by the king that if she need not worry about his standing without her help. Om Tat Sat. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport to Canto 4 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto titled The Creation of Fourth Order, chapter number 17, chapter titled Prithu Maharaj becomes angry with Mother Earth. And the text that we are reading is 27th. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshururmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patagamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tvam stabdavam durmadam nitva ayagatam tilasha sarir sarai Atma Yoga Bale Nema Dharasyasiyam Hi Aham Praja. Wonderful verse, Prithu Maharaj responding back to Mother Earth. Just building a little background on this, King Vena was ruling Mother Earth at that point of time. There are a lot of atrocities on the Vaishnavas, on the Brahmanas. And then they decided to kill King Vena. They didn't take bows and arrows to kill Vena just by chanting mantras. The power of mantra is that important. That you can kill a person, you can make a person alive, you can do anything. But then they should all be used in the right spirit. So the Brahmanas, by chanting shlokas, killed King Vena. And when King Vena was killed, they went to his mother to seek her permission as to who would be the successor of the dynasty. And then they churned the hands, the legs, the thighs, and all of that, the various parts of the body. And then Maharaj Prithu appeared. Maharaj Prithu, as we all know, Maharaj Prithu is a Shaktavesh avatar. And he appeared. And then he saw the condition of people was very bad. The condition of everybody around was very bad. Mother Earth had stopped producing grains. She was actually hiding all the grains inside her because the leader was not a good leader. And this we have seen that if the state is not led ably, then all these challenges would come in life and citizen will have to suffer. Now, citizens are suffering for all their karmic reactions. They're proud of the karmas. So is the king. So is everybody there. So it is very important that in any society, people become very Krishna conscious. And once they become Krishna conscious, I think it's easier for them to lead the life. Not only their life, their predecessors also will have a good life. It is also said that if a person becomes a devotee of Vaishnava, a devotee of Krishna, then 7 generations above him and 7 generations below are all liberated. Now, we just celebrated the Paksha, what is it called? Pitru Paksha. And then we offered our oblations to all our forefathers. Yeah. And these oblations are basically offered. Srila Prabhupada said that, it was not just the food that needs to be offered. We should also pray for their well-being. What do you mean by well-being? In case if they're stuck somewhere in the middle planetary systems on the way, then we should pray for them. We should pray at the Lord's feet of the Lord and offer them the prasadam so that they could go back home, back to Godhead. Coming back to our subject. So King Prithu saw that Mother Earth was not giving food grains. She was holding it all. She was actually hiding it all. And he requested Mother Earth saying that, the citizens are going hungry. We need your help. We need some food grains to be given because he couldn't see them. It is the responsibility of the statesman. It is the responsibility of the head of the state. It is the responsibility of the king to ensure that all the citizens in his country, in his kingdom, are absolutely happy. And while doing so, food, clothing, and shelter are the most important things for any citizen. So those days, there was nothing called a business, buying grains, selling grains. No, it was all barter system. If I produce rice and if you produce wheat, then both of us would barter. You could give me the quantity that I would like to use it, and I could give you the quantity that you would like to use. Likewise, this is grains. Other produces also vegetables. Anything that we do, anything that we produce or anything that we make was used as barter. Depending on the requirement of the other person would give it, and the other person would get what he or she requires. So that's the way the society was running. That's how the economy was progressing and all of that. So here Maharaj Prithu is very concerned that his people are not getting food to eat. They're not getting food grains because Mother Earth is not producing enough. He requested with folded arms saying that my citizens are suffering. Can you please produce some grains? But Mother Earth did not relent. She said, I was not ruled by a righteous king. So she had this grouse of not producing the grains. But then he said, now there is a lot of change which has happened, and I want you to produce grain because the citizens are struggling. So by doing so, Mother Earth actually challenged Maharaj Prithu by not producing grains despite his instructions or despite his request or despite his, begging, saying that, my citizens are struggling. And here in this shloka, very clearly, it says, or just the previous couple of shlokas, if we see, Maharaj Prithu really gets annoyed. He gets angry at Mother Earth, and to avoid any kind of action on Earth, Mother Earth takes a shape of a cow. She takes the form of a cow. It is generally seen that if there is cow, then people will not actually torture the cow or punish the cow. So that's not possible in a human society. Well, our society now, if we see in and around us, is at the worst phase where people are actually cutting mother cow and eating it for their own sense gratification, which should actually be stopped completely. Many states have also passed certain legislation saying that cow slaughter has to be completely banned. But this has to be universally done. A couple of states doing it is not good enough. So she took the form of a cow, and so Maharaj Prithu said, whatever you do with your mystic power, even if you become cow, I'm going to punish you. And I'm not going to spare you. Moving further, Mother Cows has this argument saying that, oh, you think that you're going to punish me? Then what I will do is I'm going to challenge you. I'm not going to spare anything. And Prithu Maharaj then goes up to saying that I will cut you into pieces like small grains. Then on the contrary, Mother Earth has this argument saying that if you cut me into pieces, how are you citizen going to be stable? Because if Earth is not there, where will they go? Maharaj Prithu says, don't worry about that. And at the end of the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna is known as Yogeshwara, the highest of the mystic powers. So what mystic power that Mother Earth showed as becoming cow is very, very small. Yogeshwara, Krishna is Yogeshwara, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's the topmost yogi, and he can create the best of the mystic powers. So he says, don't worry about it. I will take care. Now, also, Srila Prabhupada goes by saying that there are so many planets, they revolve around Earth, and they don't have anybody who's holding it. There's gravitational power which is there. And that discussion happens saying that even without any force, all the other planets are able to survive. So don't worry about my citizen. I will take care. And he was so confident because himself is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Himself is the Shakti-avesh avatar, So very easy for him. He said, you don't worry about it. That's my prerogative, what I'll have to do. So looking at this particular shloka and the purport that Srila Prabhupada gives here, I think there are two very important stories which I would like to bring forth for our conversation. And they're not just mystic stories, or they're not just like any, common stories. These are factual happenings which have come from the Shastras. The first one, well, the background of these two stories is that one has to really understand that, if you are empowered, Mother Earth is empowered to produce grains. And who's giving the empowerment? The empowerment is given by Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when you see that the empowerment is given and is being misused, that's where the trouble arises. Yeah, you are given a power, but if you misuse the power, then the trouble arises. For example, if you're sitting at a very high position in the bank and you manage a lot of money, and if you start misusing your powers, instead of managing the money, if you start mismanaging the money, then that's not correct. So here Mother Earth is at fault because she started mismanaging the empowerment which is given to her. So it's very important that when power is given to us, when empowerment is given to us, when responsibilities are given to us, even as devotees, we should never misuse it. The example clearly is given here of, I would like to discuss is about Valmiki Rishi. And one needs to be very, very grateful for getting the empowerment. Here, Mother Earth was not grateful to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She was not grateful to Krishna, saying that you have given me the empowerment, so I will do as you want. Or when Maharaj came as the Saktavesh avatar, she just said, saying that, okay, my Lord, whatever you tell me, I will go ahead and do it. I know now you've taken form, or you've come in form of Prithu Maharaj, and you've come for the welfare of the people. So I will assist you, I will support you, I will coordinate with you, I will ensure that everything falls in place. But here Mother Earth was on the contrary, saying that, okay, you're challenging me, I will challenge you. So all that conversation was happening. So the story of Valmiki Rishi is very, very important, that we see when Valmiki was empowered to write Ramayana. Narad Muni inspires him, and then Lord Brahma gives him darshan, and Lord Brahma actually gives him the knowledge so that Valmiki could write Ramayana. And we all know what was the background of Valmiki. He was a dacoit, and change of a heart by Narad Muni's association made him a rishi. Okay. So Brahma comes and guides him into the heart, gives him the knowledge in the heart, saying that now you go and write Ramayana. And it is also said that while Valmiki Rishi was writing the Ramayana, Lord Ramchandra was existing on the planet. He was actually there. But he could read both. He could see the external activities of the Lord, and he could also understand the internal thought of the Lord, or Lord Ramachandra, and he could accordingly write Ramayana. While writing Ramayana, right in the first chapter, he always gives that credit to Brahma for giving him the knowledge so that he could write Ramayana. Even in second chapter, when you go, he is continuously glorifying Lord Brahma, because Lord Brahma gives him the knowledge. He becomes his guru and he gives him knowledge. So it is very important when we are given empowerment, we should recognize that the empowerment is given to me for doing something really nice. And in this case, Valmiki Rishi was writing Ramayana for the whole universe, for all of us to actually, over the ages, read it, understand the pastimes, understand the activities, understands the greatness of Lord Ramchandra. So it is always important that we glorify when we are getting the empowerment. We have to glorify our spiritual father. Yeah. The second part of it also we can see is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Not very far. If we take Valmiki, that's been a different age altogether. But Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj appeared right in Kali Yuga. And then he was empowered by the Lord himself to write so many scriptures. And while writing the scriptures, he would say, I'm not qualified, I'm not educated, I'm a deaf guy. I can't read it, I can't write it. But still, my Guru has given me this opportunity to glorify the Lord by writing. And today, if we see in our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, he is one of those greatest of the acharyas whose philosophical knowledge was at the highest level. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally imbibed or personally enabled him to write all the Shastras. And at every step, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gave the credit to his Guru, gave the credit to the Acharyas, gave the credit to the Vaishnavas, saying that it is because of their mercy I'm able to write. Otherwise, what qualification do I have to even utter a small word or even utter the holy name of the Lord? So when one gets empowerment, the credit should be given to the Lord. Credit should be given to the Acharyas. Credit should be given to one's own spiritual master. Credit should be given to all the Vaishnavas that I have been empowered. And with this empowerment, I will do good for the society. Right? Here in the story of Prithu Maharaj and Mother Earth that we are seeing, that despite Mother Earth being empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, actually goes against the wishes of the Lord himself, who comes in form of Prithu Maharaj, who comes as Prithu Maharaj. And that should never be done. At the same time, in the life of all the devotees as well, we should ensure that whatever we are doing goes into the credit of our spiritual father, goes into the credit of Srila Prabhupada, goes into the credit of the Acharyas. They have empowered us. They have given us the knowledge. They've got us into the parampara. They've initiated us into the parampara. And they've given us the best thing that is possible today on earth. If there's anything that is in the hit, in the favor of an individual, is getting bhakti. If one gets bhakti, Krishna bhakti, I think that's the highest thing that somebody can. Come whatever money, highest position that you get, lots of money you get a lot of recognition in the society, you get a good health, all these are temporary. Even good health is going to be temporary. All the money that you have is temporary. Yeah. All the yash, all the fame that you get is temporary. All the positions that you get is temporary. The only thing that one needs to really pray at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is to give him pure bhakti. It's only with this pure bhakti one can go back home, back to Godhead, and re-establish his relationship, which is lost in the past because of one becoming egoistic, or one wanting to become independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So it's very important that when we are empowered, when we are given this opportunity, we should make the best use of the opportunity. Srila Prabhupada, at an elderly age of 70 plus, travels all the way to the US, has 2 heart attacks on board Jalduta. Reaches there, there is nobody to know except for somebody whose children were there. His son was there, and he knew the gentleman here, and he had just written to him saying that the Swami is coming there, and please help him. Stays in a very small place, stays in Boveri, gets gets at times booed by the Westerners, the young hippies. There are times that his articles and instruments are stolen, but still he continues because he was empowered soul. He was given this empowerment by His Holiness Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. His divine grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, who said, go to the Western world and preach the holy name of the Lord. Who said, go speak to or preach to the English-speaking people. And if some of us think that, our English is good, I think we should compare ourselves to what Srila Prabhupada knew. Well, I'm not making a comparison just for the sake of it, but Srila Prabhupada would have said, no, the Western world, I don't really know how they behave, how they work, how they live. Why should I go to the Western world? I'll try and preach in whatever little, surroundings that I have. Srila Prabhupada was living in Radha Damodar Mandir in Vrindavan, and had he not even gone to the Western world, he would have still got liberated. There's absolutely no doubt. He would cry every night and say, when will I preach the holy name of the Lord? When will I go out and deliver the souls? When will I execute the orders of my spiritual master, His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj? And if some of us think that, we need empowerment, and empowerment will come with regular meeting with our own spiritual father, no, that's not there. Srila Prabhupada hardly met his spiritual father. And with every meeting that he had with his Guru Maharaj, he got empowerment. And with every empowerment, his dedication, his decision of preaching the holy name became stronger and stronger and stronger. He had given him a very simple instruction saying that, you're an English-speaking gentleman. Why didn't you preach to the Western world? And he said, wow, that's an instruction, that's an empowerment that my Guru has given. And to fulfill that empowerment which is given to Srila Prabhupada, he traveled all the way to United States of America, started this society despite all the difficulties, spread this society, traveled across the world 14 times in the 12 years that he lived after, or he was in the material body after establishing ISKCON, after establishing the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That's the kind of empowerment that we get. So when we get empowerment, we should use the empowerment to the best interest of the society. We should use the empowerment to preach the holy name of the Lord. And all of us have been given this empowerment by our Guru. All of us have been given this empowerment by Srila Prabhupada. All of us have been empowered by the Acharyas in the Parampara. It is very important that when we get this empowerment, we should make the best use of this empowerment. Go out and preach the holy name of the Lord. You think it is very difficult? No. Srila Prabhupada's disciples, they went to countries like Russia, they went to countries like China. where taking the holy name of the Lord was a crime. Identifying Supreme Personality of Godhead as everything was a crime. People would be killed and they would be treated as they are some undercover agents. But then the empowerment was given by Srila Prabhupada, and the disciples went far and wide. If you think that it is very difficult to preach in Muslim countries, they went to all the Muslim countries. They preached the holy name. Well, we are not a religious organization. No, we are only giving love of Godhead. Whatever language you call it, we are only giving bhakti. We are only giving the prema. We are only giving the love of Godhead to people. And it's going to be very, very simple. Because we are empowered by the acharyas, we are empowered by the Vaishnavas. So the learning from here basically stems into it saying that what we'll have to do when we are empowered. One is when we are empowered, we should not become egoistic, saying that I have empowerment, I can do anything. Yeah. In the contrast, in the shloka, if you see, Mother Earth was empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Mother Earth had become puffed up, saying that if I don't produce grains, citizen will die. And when the conversation happens with Prithu Maharaj, she says, okay, I will not produce, do whatever you want to do. And on top of it, she comes in the guise of a cow so that nobody can kill her. And then she says, if you cut me into pieces, where will your citizen go? So I'm saying, though this is a pastime which needs to be really seen, but in the light of the pastime which is there, you should see the audacity of Mother Earth, that she disobeys the orders of Prithu Maharaj, who's none other than Krishna himself. It's a Sakyavesh avatar. Yeah. So the audacity is seen here saying that, no, do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to produce grains. Do you want to cut me into pieces? Okay, I will see how your citizen leave. So the empowerment is earned by Supreme Personality of Godhead and it is being misused. Likewise, now this is as far as the pastime of Prithu Maharaj and Mother Earth is concerned. I'm sure it is a learning session for all of us, but at the same time, many times we get this opportunity or we get the empowerment, but we misuse it. You've got this human form of life. Are we not misusing it? That's an empowerment for us too. One is preach and then go back home, back to God. Very important. None of us want to live here in this material world. We don't want to come back into Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. But still, we are misusing this empowerment. Are we practicing our bhakti properly? Are we, practicing the required, I would say, are we practicing properly in the required way? No, we are not doing it. So that's a misuse of our empowerment. Yeah. Are we preaching enough? We are given empowerment. Yeah. We have been given the Shastra. Srila Prabhupada translated all the books so nicely so that we could read. Not read it for ourselves. Read it and spread. When you get knowledge, you should not keep it to yourself. Because a stagnant water always has infection into it, always has dirt into it, always has, stink into it. So this knowledge which is given to us by Srila Prabhupada so nicely, we should spread it out. We should go out and give this knowledge to everybody. And when we give this knowledge, that's where the life is very successful. So the empowerment is given. We are not preaching. So that means we are misusing the empowerment which has been given to us. Yeah. So this is where the whole thought comes behind saying that when the Supreme Personality of Godhead, gurus, our acharyas have empowered us, we should make the best use of the empowerment which is given to us. Go out and preach the holy name of the Lord. Now, along with empowerment, they give us opportunities as well. Yeah, we just at the cusp of, starting the Damodar Kartik Mass. You have an opportunity to go out and preach. You don't need to sit at home and say, I'm offering my lamb to Damodar every day. I get the benefit and then I'm fine. Yeah, you say 1,000 times I get more benefit. So I offer one lamp in the morning, one lamp in the evening, and I'm good about it. No, go beyond it. Can you touch another 100 people? Can you touch another 1,000 people? Can you touch another 10,000 people who can offer a lamp to the Lord? Please understand that with every empowerment that you get an opportunity to serve. And with every opportunity that you serve, you get benefit for yourself, spiritual benefit, which cannot be seen by the material eyes, which cannot be really conceived by the material eyes. But then Lord sitting in our heart, as Shakti sees that this devotee of mine is doing something good for the whole society. We are here for the good of society. We are not here only for the good of ourselves. Srila Prabhupada, if he wanted to do good for himself, he could have stayed in Radha Damodar Mandir, absolutely enjoying the serene environment. All the Goswami Samadhis are there. He could have prayed there and he could have gone home, gone back home, back to cottage without any difficulty. But then he took this pain of the empowerment which was given to him. I mean to say, he took the empowerment and put a little efforts onto it. So we are empowered. We should also put that little extra efforts. Go out, preach the holy name of the Lord, reach out to as many people as possible. And with every soul that you're connecting, Krishna will be very happy. Think of a very rich person who's lost his son. Yeah, think of a very rich person whose son has gone missing. And if you get this son, you find this son and you get him to the father and say, here's your son. He's back with you. Don't you think the father will be very happy? He'll be extremely happy. Likewise, we are all children of Krishna. Everybody around are children of Krishna. But somehow or the other, these children have been lost. So if you take one child and bring him back to Krishna and say, Krishna, here's your son, here's your daughter, here's your child, he's back with you. Krishna will be so happy. But it's not the physical lifting of that person and bringing him to the temple or bringing him to a program. No. We have to show him the advantages of Krishna consciousness, show him the advantages of bhakti, make him take up to the process of bhakti, chant the holy name of the Lord, appreciate the prasadam, read the books. If you can, with your empowerment that you've got, if you can really preach, then Krishna will be very happy. And the empowerment which is given to us will be successful. Otherwise, the empowerment we are misusing. We have been given bhakti, so I finish my 16 rounds in the morning, and I'm happy all through the day. I read my Srimad Bhagavatam, my quota, I'm happy. I take up my Bhakti Shastri course, I've learned, I'm happy. I get good things, good stuff. I prepare nice bhoga, offer it to Krishna, eat it for my own satisfaction and be happy. No. The happiness is not for ourselves. The happiness should be for somebody else. When you give it to somebody else, your happiness multiplies manyfold. Try doing it. It is very important that you will be successful. Because Guru and Krishna empower us. The Acharyas empower us. And when the empowerment is used in the right direction, they will be very happy. We will also be very happy. And we feel that our life is successful. And without doing this, I'm sure we're wasting our life. We don't know why we are doing so. But it's very important that we make the best use of our empowered life which is given to us. So just coming to a closure here, I'll just sum it up as far as the shloka is concerned and the purport where Srila Prabhupada very nicely explains it, saying that Mother Earth was trying not to accept the orders of Prithu Maharaj. And Prithu Maharaj said, don't worry, I'll cut you into small pieces like grains. And then Mother Earth says, if you cut it, then where will your citizen go? So he said, don't worry, I will take care of it. I'm a bigger mistake than you. So this is where the conversation is happening between Mother Earth and Prithu Maharaj. And as we proceed further, we will understand more about it. I would still want it to be kept as a suspense so that, all of us are inclined to hear this on regular basis. This goes on every day. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. Really appreciate your time this morning. And if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Or if there are any doubts, I could clarify them. Or if there are any corrections, I'll be happy to accept the corrections for myself. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Okay, so I see there are no questions. As I said, I appreciate your time in the morning. It's not easy to join the Srimad Bhagavatam class in the morning, but if you've joined, then, or if you're hearing this katha, or if you're going to hear it even later, it's very important because we have to all ensure that we preach the holy name of the Lord to everybody. I thank the temple management for allowing me this opportunity to speak today and make use of um, the empowerment that is given to me in the service of the devotees and the Vaishnavas. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. We'll close the session here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Amacharya Shravidas Thakur ki jai. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you. I'll end the session here.